Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for joining, and it's really exciting to meet you all. So I graduated from college in 2011, and during college, I did internships in both investment banking and consulting. And I had a general business training, so I majored in economics and finance. And so I knew that I was interested in roles that were more business-oriented versus tech. And frankly, 10 years ago, tech was not as prevalent in terms of kind of career options, and now it looks very different. And then back then, after I tried investment banking and consulting, I decided that consulting and kind of the more well-rounded strategy perspective into how businesses operate, how to grow businesses, was more interesting to me, which is why after my internship with Bain Company, I joined Bain full-time in Hong Kong. And during that time, I worked on projects in both China as well as kind of the greater Asia area, including Southeast Asia. 2 years after consulting at Bain, I wanted to get a lot more closer to operating. What that means is, as a consultant, we work with large companies, and we usually work on projects such as helping a company launch a new product in a new market, or helping a company think about redesigning their organizational structure, given that maybe their product lines have changed. And it's very strategic. We tend to work with C-level or kind of division head level teams in the company. And what you don't get as much as a consulting role is beyond like hands-on experience of implementing initiatives. For example, consultants might recommend for a company to go do marketing on Facebook, but consultants usually are not around to oversee the actual Facebook marketing campaign and how that works and the results of it, whether it was consistent with expectations. And so because of kind of an interest in seeing how things actually happen, I ended up joining a private equity fund. It's called KKR. It's one of the largest global kind of asset managers. They have private equity investments as well as other categories of financial investments. And the role I took on there was working with companies that this fund owned, and given the mandate to improve profitability of some of their investments, and working with teams to really look at building out, for example, technology systems to make them more efficient in processing some of their business, and or building teams in new markets where there wasn't one before. And then I went to business school after 2 years of that at Stanford. At that point, I had explored a bunch of things similar to where you are now. I did internships at Spotify, at Lionsgate, which is a traditional movie studio. I ended up joining A&E Networks, which is a pay TV network. They operate the History Channel, Lifetime Channel. They're a really large company, part of Disney. And that to me was like the biggest company I've ever worked in. And through that, just got a taste of what it means to work for a company that has thousands of employees, that makes $1 billion in revenue. And finally, most recently, joined Duolingo because I wanted to really be at the intersection of technology, education, as well as international growth. So that's kind of been my current focus and how I got here.